the superlative segment. There was nothing superlative about that. Although based on the way that game was going initially, maybe you didn't want to see it because the Raiders went right down the field and the Bills were three and out. But it leads to your first superlative of the day.
Yeah, I'm going to go with patience is a virtue, right? Wise man Chris Simms once said that. And that's going to go to Josh Allen. I mean, we know it was a disaster week one. Josh Allen got frustrated like we talked about last Monday. You said it. I think he was mad. Rodgers got hurt. We should be beating them. What's going on? And he tried to force some things and was careless with the football. But then yesterday, I mean, really throughout the day, I don't remember seeing one throw that was dicey, a decision that was dicey, anything about it. He made some magical plays, but within that, right, I mean, just took what the defense gave him. Didn't try to force anything. And I think that was the big thing for Buffalo. And then the other thing on top of that, got a run game going with James Cook. So that was encouraging for them all together. Gabe Davis played well. That was a big bounce back because, like you said, it was 7-0. It was 3 and out. And you went, the Raiders, that was easy the way they went down the field there. Man, what the hell is up with Buffalo? And then Garoppolo tries to throw a screen pass to Josh Jacobs. The ball gets tipped in the air, intercepted, short field for the Bills, touchdown a few plays later, and really the game was never the same after that. And the Bills just kind of took that momentum. They went on another long drive in the second quarter to go up 14-7, and really the Raiders just couldn't keep pace with the Bills after that.
But that's one of those moments. It made me think of week one where you get the early touchdown, you force the 3 and out.
Yeah.
If you get another touchdown there, it becomes 49ers Steelers, right? It maybe becomes Cowboys Giants, where the avalanche begins and then people get desperate and then that leads to another mistake and then 14 becomes 21 or 17 and that becomes 24 or 28. And that's how things go sideways.
We talk about it every week, right? Where like teams go, hey, here's your chance to, stomp them out, choke them out, whatever here. And when you let them off the hook, we see it. Their teams come back. Your Vikings fell victim to that in week one against the Buccaneers. They had a chance. They should have been up by way more at halftime. They blew that opportunity. They let them hang around. They lose. There was a few moments like that yesterday, too, that we'll get to later in the show where you go, turning moments. One play, one team had the momentum, one play happened, and the momentum shifted and the game was never the same. And I say that about, it was just the Rams and the Rams 49ers game and the Washington Denver game. Those are two specifically that pop up as far as a play like we saw here with the Buffalo Bills.
The point about the Bills, though, and this is something Josh Allen told me after the game, complete total team effort.
It was.
Great defensive effort.
Man,
holding
the
the Raiders
answered
to 10.
the bell.
Right. I mean, after that first drive,
3
points the rest of the way.
Yep.
James Cook and his 123 rushing yards on 17 attempts, 7.2 yards per carry.
183 yards rushing.
Makes it easier
and it wasn't
to
Josh
run the
Allen
offense.
running for 90 of it, right?
And you look at Gabe Davis.
Yes.
6 catches, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. More yards than Stephon Diggs by 26.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid popped up a few times during the game, right? That's what they need. There's got to be an infusion of somebody else other than Allen and Diggs. And I don't know if they got to go more in on just game planning for the other guys and really making an effort to get them the ball because I think it's only going to help things out. But, yeah, you said it right. McDermott he was all over Josh McDaniels' offense yesterday. I thought, just because we saw week one, the Jets run the ball down the throat of the Buffalo Bills, I said, well, damn, this Raiders offensive line is bigger than the Jets. Yeah. They're going to give this Buffalo defense problems, but Buffalo played tough. Matt Milano in the middle, of course, always all over the place, but a great defensive game plan by McDermott. Josh
Allen also told me they did a deep dive all week long into what went wrong with the Jets. He worked directly with Sean McDermott to just kind of figure things out. And we talked about this last night in the recap that we do with Jason Garrett, Devin McCourty, Maria Taylor, and Matthew Berry.
Yeah.
The idea that for a great talent like Josh Allen and all the incredible things he can do, there are still moments where he tries to do more than he's capable of.
Sure.
And we saw that. He was looking for that 21-point play in the playbook on Monday night.
Right.
But you don't have to pull it in much. You don't have to harness it
No, you're right.
all the way to hand the ball off.
That's
he still had that great play where he's bobbing and weaving and skipping and hopping and then zing.
Right, the sidearm touchdown. I mean, that was phenomenal.
That's classic Josh Allen.
That's right.
And
Aggressive and reckless. And he, for like 2 years, was awesome. And then last year lost his way, right? And then we saw it week one, and we were like, oh, crap, is this going to be the new Josh Allen? And hopefully he's self-correcting.
But I think it's so easy to be tempted, like you're Superman, but there are limits on what you can do. And every once in a while, you convince yourself, no, there aren't.
Yeah, right.
And then you fly into a wall that is made of kryptonite, and then you realize, yes, there are.
Yeah.
And that's still, the good news is it didn't cause him to kind of completely go into a shell.
Right.
Retreat to the fortress of solitude. He still was able to do Josh Allen things.
That's right.
But he didn't cross that line into trying to do more than he could. And
exactly.
it's a very fine line.
Yep.
But we know when he's on the wrong side of it, and he knows when he's on the wrong side of it. And the key, I think, Chris, is for him to figure out when he's on the wrong side of it and get back to the other side.
That's exactly right.
In that game.
In that game.
Not a week later,
wait,
but
that
in
was,
that game.
That was dumb Josh Allen or crazy Josh Allen. Pull the reins.
During the game.
Get back to it,
Yeah.
right. And, hopefully they do it. What's your superlative?
We were talking about, well, you know what? I don't have a good title for it. Maybe
Ben,
if I
you didn't
talk
think of a
long enough, I'll
title?
think of one. No, it was I was tired. Today's going to be a long day, so I had to get straight to sleep when the game was over last night.
He's got to get on a plane and go to the Steelers game tonight.
But I'm not going to get home till like 2 a.m. And then we got to do the show tomorrow morning. I got to drive home from Pittsburgh.
Mofo.
All right.
That's right. I like it.
Anyway, I like Mike. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
I don't like
That's
Mike.
the first thing I thought of. I
Well,
know you don't. I like Mike Evans.
I like Mike Evans,
So
too.
to the extent the Chiefs are looking for somebody to beef up that offense, how about a guy that had 6 catches for 171 yards and a touchdown yesterday? And I talked to him afterward. He had that moment where he catches the pass. This isn't it. We'll see it in this pack. But he really was great all day long. This is it. Second quarter, he catches the ball. He has an opening, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to score. And it's like, oh, man, it's really hot. He said, I was trying my best to keep my legs up, and I just couldn't. He said it was so hot. He said it's different on game day. We practice in this. We practice hard. But on game day,
it's
it
so
is
intense.
just different.
And
You
then
can never be prepared for it. He got fluids
Look at
at
that play
halftime.
there.
And look,
Spin it off a guy.
He's determined
to shove it up the Bucks
Well,
where the
and
sun don't shine?
I said, you know, I know you had the deadline before the season started to talk contract. What if they come to you and want to talk contract as the season goes? He says, I'm not talking contract until I have one.
Yeah.
So the problem is a trade becomes very difficult to do if the Bucks are as good as they are. And he said, I love Tampa to death. I don't want to leave.
Right.
I can't imagine they would
He's
trade
been
him.
underpaid for years here.
The problem with the trade deadline is it comes too early for a team like the Bucks to say, we're just going to fold the tents and move on from Mike Evans. They got to keep him around.
The Chiefs want them to be like, 2-6.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
And even then, they're not out of it in the NFC South if they're 2-6, but they're already 2-0.
Yeah.
They're not going to be in a position to trade Mike Evans. Whatever they're going to get for him or would get for him in a trade, they'll just let him go if it comes to that and get the compensatory pick in 2025. I don't think they're going to unless someone makes them an offer that they just can't refuse.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to part ways with him. And they shouldn't.
I don't think so. No, they shouldn't. Exactly right. I mean, their defense has proven to be a pain in the ass here. They were all over Kirk Cousins last week and doing that.
And all over Justin Fields
all
this week.
All over Justin Fields yesterday. Exactly right. Stop the run game. We're harassing him, causing turnovers. So, the Bucks, this is where the NFC South is, maybe not as sexy as the other divisions, but very interesting. And, I think we see a little potential with the Bucks. We see potential with the Falcons.
3-2-0 teams.
And then we got the Saints tonight if they win. Exactly right. So there's something to look at there.
Which means if you're not the first place team in the East, if you're not the first place team in the West.
Yeah, you're going to be battling out
You're going to be battling these teams with the easy schedule. Now, at some point, they're going to cross-pollinate and play each other.
Right.
But still, 3-2-0 teams potentially in the NFC South by the time tonight's games end.
Yeah. It should be good, and we'll see where that goes.
Speaking of the NFC South.
Oh, that's where I'm going. And my superlative is a bird of a different feather.
Oh.
I don't even know. What does that mean? I don't even know.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
Like you never see robin, sparrow,
I know.
blue jay, eagle.
So what's a bird of a different feather? I mean, like he's a different bird.
There is no. You're thinking horse of a different color. You're
no,
mixing your
there's
metaphors.
a bird. No,
bird of
I
a
don't
different
think.
feather.
No,
I don't think that's
there
a
is.
thing.
Look it up.
Right.
A bird of a different feather is a thing. Okay.
Well, it is now.
I'm an accidental idiot. Okay, like you said, and accidental scholar every now and then. But the point being, the Atlanta Falcons and Bijan Robinson.
Damn it, there is one.
Damn, I told you.
All right.
I know. I don't know what it means, but I knew I heard it before, so that's why I went with it. But Bijan Robinson, the Atlanta Falcons, first off, gutsy win by them yesterday. Really had some things kind of go against them, blew some opportunities, had a missed field goal, had a first and goal inside the 5-yard line, came away with no points, had 2 feet out of bounds by Mac Hollins on a touchdown catch, right? So they kind of had to weather the storm a little bit. And, of course, we're down 12 points in the fourth quarter. But the big thing is Desmond Ridder got going a little bit in the passing game. And this is one of the best offensive lines in football. And then you throw that with this guy, Bijan Robinson, he's a bird of a different feather, okay? I mean, you saw yesterday the ability to accelerate and then jam his foot in the ground and cut one way and then re-accelerate and jam another foot in the ground and make somebody – I mean, this run right here, I mean – to make those type of cuts and really never lose speed, that is special. And then the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, seamless there. So you saw what he can bring to the table for this offense. And then they have a nice compliment with Algier there. So that was encouraging too, because I believe in the Falcons. You know that. Pitts is good. Drake London's good. The defense is good. Week 1, I thought Desmond Ridder was a little hesitant to pull the trigger and make some throws down the field. I saw a little of that yesterday. I mean, we were watching, right? He was a little shaky, Desmond Ridder, there for a little while. Threw an interception, had another one where Jair Alexander probably should have had a pick 6 where he threw it right into his chest. There was some moments during the game where you went, ooh, man, Ridder looked shaky. But late third quarter, fourth quarter, he rebounded, and they went on some long drives, controlled the game, and their defense kind of shut down Jordan Love in the run game, and they couldn't get anything going. And Falcons 2-0, 25-24 victory over the Green Bay Packers.
Birds of a different feather is a reference to the proverb, birds of a feather flock together.
Okay.
So it's a twist on it that if it's birds of a different feather, you have birds that are mixed together that aren't of the same type of
Thank
bird.
you for, now I know a little bit.
Now you know.
Okay.
And now you know. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.